Okay, so let's move on to the final question of the show from Anxiously Chrono-Triggered. And it reads thusly: Good morning, gentlemen! Exclamation point. Thanks for another amazing year full of DF content. With CES around the corner, the inevitable premiere of Switch 2 and third-party PC handhelds running SteamOS, do you think it will be the most exciting Q1 in terms of gaming news in recent history? Cheers! Exclamation point. Alex, interesting question. Obviously, I think it is going to be hugely exciting, but the most exciting Q1 in terms of gaming news in recent history? Recent history, I'd say yes.
Recently, yes, sure. I mean, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, PS5 reveal. Was it, how long ago was it now? I mean, that was pretty interesting. It was like UE5 mixed with PS5, right? At the same time. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, there was that sort of similar time window. I think it was Q1. Obviously, the road to PS5 was,
Yes.
yeah, I can't quite recall when Unreal Engine was. Maybe that slipped into Q2. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been a Q2 thing, but that was like another really interesting time. I guess now we're going to be getting new GPUs across the board almost. Switch, which has been talked about, it feels like forever. Switch 2, finally something about it would be nice to see. Finally see whatever new games are coming out for that. It'll be visually interesting to see what Nintendo does. I mean, personally for me, I'm not super excited about this quarter one, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised after CES and be like, wow, this is the best thing ever. So I'm not so excited, to say the least.
You're not excited.
I'm not super excited. I'm intrigued by a variety of things, but I kind of want to see them before. Like, I don't get super hyped about stuff in general. This is like my MO at this point. But I like to be a little bit more timid and then react after the thing occurs.
So you're poo-pooing any potential super excitement.
Yes, I'll poo-poo any. I guess I've been burned so often about like getting excited about stuff. Not jaded, but like you just like you get a little older and you realize, calm down a little bit. Don't get too excited. You could be disappointed.
Okay. What about you, Oliver?
Yeah, I mean, of the things that are mentioned here, I am really excited about SteamOS handhelds, possibly SteamOS console boxes as well, potentially, maybe down the line a little bit. And I'm super excited for the Switch 2 launch because it's a new console launch, and I really like my Switch a lot. I like what Nintendo has done in terms of the concept of the Switch, the general execution of the Switch, and then if that continues into Switch 2 with custom hardware this time around, that is super, super exciting. But also, I would say there are some things that are also important that are in the mix here as well. Not to state the obvious, but we expect that there will be some compelling NVIDIA announcements at CES, potentially a new series of GPUs, lots of announcements there, as well as technologies, potentially, including the vaunted neural rendering that leaked and new DLSS and things like that have leaked out of various packaging for upcoming GPUs. We also have RDNA 4 news potentially at CES as well, certainly earlier this year, that will possibly be compelling as well. Who knows if they'll show off FSR4 or something else in addition to just the GPUs there. We also have some new OLED monitors, which we were talking about just before this call. I'm not so enthused with them because they don't go to 15,000 nits, not so well. They're more like maybe 200 nits in typical SDR operation, although I'm curious to see them in person. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. Is it the biggest Q1 in gaming history? I don't know. Certainly the biggest Q1 in recent history that I can think of. Lots of GPU launches, lots of new hardware, new console stuff. Who knows, maybe Rockstar will announce something related to GTA at some point. Maybe a delay or something. I don't know if that would qualify as good news necessarily. But certainly we'll see what happens in the coming few months here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from, Alex, particularly when it comes to the PC side of things, because there's always like galactically high expectations for new GPU architectures, and if anything has been learnt from the last generation, it's that it's only so much that traditional rendering can be pushed And all of these expectations are based on like base performance levels from the silicon, as opposed to, you know, what software features are going to do with those GPUs. So yeah, I mean, you know, AMD have come out and, well, they haven't come out actually. It's just been leaked that the next high-end GPU from them is going to be called a 9070, which automatically sort of sets expectations based on NVIDIA's 70 class. But already we're seeing people saying, oh, it's going to be faster than 7900 XTX or the 4080. And it's like, whoa, hold on a minute here. You know, realistically, what can be achieved at this point, bearing in mind the kind of slowing down of generational leaps. Yeah, so there's got to be a certain degree of expectation management. Then, of course, there was all of the expectation set for the Switch 2, which kind of looks to have been dashed. So even so, I think, you know, ultimately when things actually get announced, we gain so much more perspective and understanding of what the product actually is, and then we can actually start to get excited about some stuff. NVIDIA side, I mean, the leaked specs for that we've seen for 5080 and 5090, the 5090 looks like just a colossal beast of unprecedented proportions, but the 5080 is basically half of a 5090. So what can we expect from that? We just don't know. However, the software side of things on NVIDIA just looks to be going from strength to strength based on the leaks that we've seen thus far. You know, what is neural rendering? How can you improve on DLSS when it's already by far and away the best upscaler technology out there? That's going to be interesting and exciting to see. Switch 2, you know, regardless of whether it's a Samsung 8nm chip or not, I ultimately care far less about that and far more about what the games we're going to be seeing on it are going to be like. And that's really really exciting. So, you know, there is a lot going on there, and there is a lot to get excited about. What can I say? We're here for it. That's what we're here for. That's why I'm still in this game after so long, and I am quite excited about it. Probably not super excited because you're quite right, Alex. Expectation management is key in this business. But, you know, there's a lot to look forward to.